This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, fine. So my task is about controlling three LEDs, which is in red, yellow, and green. So it's a very simple task. So I'm taking a breadboard. Yes, and then LEDs here, three LEDs here. So LED 1, so it is red in color, and LED 2, which is yellow in color, and LED 3 is in green color. So we do have green color. So let us connect to resistors. The first resistor for green and the second resistor for yellow. Is my voice audible now? Yes, I'm making this time. So black, and I'm making common ground for all these three LEDs. So the cathode terminals I connected to black, and see I'm connecting this red to digital 5. That is, make it to digital 5. Let it connected to digital 5, and that is in red color, and then yellow color I'm connecting it to digital 6, and the green color I'm connecting it to digital 7. Am I clear with the connections? So you need to maintain a common ground. I maintained the common ground, but I didn't connected this to or Arduino board. That's why I'm making connection between this breadboard common ground terminal to Arduino common ground terminal. So it is in black color. Am I clear with these connections? Are we clear with connections? Yes, fine. So what about the program? So I want this red, yellow, green should be turned on with different intervals, right? So what about the program? I think someone did it. So please send me the code if it's possible to you, or else we'll start programming that also. No one responded with this program. Okay, let's go on for programming this. Arduino. So we do have three LEDs which are connected to digital 5, 6, and 7. Digital 5 is connected to red, digital 6 is connected to yellow, and digital 7 is connected to green. Am I clear with the pins configuration? Am I clear? Am I clear with the pin connection diagram? So okay, please respond yes, fine. So I connected this red LED to which is so I connected this red LED to fifth terminal, fifth digital 5, and yellow to digital 6, and green to digital 7. So again void setup. So you need to initialize those all pins. So for this pin mode, red comma, it's an output, that's why I'm defining it as an output, and then pin mode yellow is also an output. Green is also an output. So I want to display the status of LED which is turning on. So that's why I want this status to be printed in in serial monitor. That's why I'm initializing serial monitor serial dot begin with the default baud rate which is 9600. And next void loop. So the initial thing I want to turn on this red LED. So digital, right, red comma 1 for turning on this red LED. Digital, right, yellow comma 0. If red is in on condition, I'm turning off this yellow to 0, and digital, right, and green is also in turned off condition. Yes. So red is on for delay of 5 seconds. So that's why I'm giving 5000. And I want to repeat this same. Control C. Control V. There are 3 conditions for me. If the red is turned on, I'm waiting for 5 seconds. So I'm turning on this red and making yellow turn on. So yellow turn on for 2 seconds. I'm just changing the delay for 2 seconds, and then I'm turning on this red. Sorry, I'm turning on this green for 10 seconds. Am I clear with this? Only 38 logins so far. Fine. This code is okay. And also we forgot to mention one thing, that is we need to we have to print the status of LED, whether which LED is turning on. So for this I'm using this serial println, and the status here is red is on. And also I'm just copying this. So then second case, yellow is on. Audio is not connected. Is my voice audible now? Please do respond. Is my voice is audible? Yes, I think there is a problem with your end, ma'am. There is some network issues at your end. So for the final thing that we have green, right? So I'm displaying that green status here. Am I clear with this? Am I clear with this program? So I'm getting responses for this audible. Okay, fine, that's okay. What about the program? Is that program is clear? It's a very simple program. It's a piece in a big cake. This is very small piece. We need to do a lot. That's fine. So let's copy this and Just pasting over no in this Arduino. So if you are stuck at anywhere, please do respond so that we can help you. So I connected this red LED to digital 5 and yellow for digital 6 and green for digital 7. Let us run this. So the red is LED turned on for 5 seconds, then green for 2 seconds, and then yellow for 2 seconds and green for 10 seconds. And in code also, if you click on the serial monitor, the status will be now displaying here. Are you clear with this? If you have any questions or if you stuck at anywhere. Still 40 logins. Okay, that's okay. So is it completed? So please do respond if it is completed. I'll proceed for other things. I think we do have a lot of stuff to be discussed. If you are stuck at anywhere, please do respond, or else if you are done. So remember one thing here. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so here we are controlling LEDs in the sense we can control any AC appliances. So with any voltage, you can control them. We do have relays. We can connect these 5V supply to relays, and we can control any AC appliances also. So we need no 5V is not required because this digital piece itself generating 5V. So you can directly connect a relay which is operating by 5V. You can directly connect this relay to this any digital pin. So there is no requirement for taking this 5V supply again. So this digital pin alone can give us 5V supply output. If it is turning on means it will give us 5V. So you can connect any relay, 5V operating relay directly to these digital pins. So then there is no need for any 5V supply. Yeah, am I clear? What about others? I'm getting responses from very few people. They have 43 logins. Okay, someone asked me to show the code. Yep. Is this visible, sir? Clear. We are just handling some digital outputs here only. So we need to handle some analog outputs, and also we can get data from any analog sensors, and we can feed it to digital outputs. Yes, if you are done, shall I proceed for further things? So we have to work on this analog inputs, analog pins, and also we have to work on these digital pins also. So for fun time execution, instead of loop, if you don't want this program for infinity times repetition, you may copy this code in void loop, and you can paste it over while setup, or you can use a while loop also for one-time execution. You can simply copy this entire code. Type this. So if you want this this to be repeated for one time, you just copy this. I'm just cutting over here. Over here. So this will run only once. So in code, if I click on the simulation, it will only runs for one time. Like red is down, down, and then yellow, and then green. The execution stops here. Am I clear? So shall I proceed for today's topics? Yes, fine. So see here, we do have some analog input pins are there. Like we do have 6 analog inputs. So you can connect some analog sensors. This is the practical example. So which instance we use the loop? If you are working on any continuous repetition systems, any practical example means let us consider an air conditioner. If you are setting a temperature, means it is continuously reading the temperature inside the room. If the temperature is greater than what you set for, the compressor is automatically turned on. If the temperature is less than what you set for, that compressor is turned off. So it is continuously fetching. It is continuously reading the temperature data. So in that instance, you can write program in void loop. So our sensor is has to continuously read the temperature inside the room. Am I clear? Okay, fine. So until now we just worked on this analog, digital read and digital write operations. So now we will go for reading analog data from any analog sensor. We do have 6 analog pins here. I'm deleting everything here. Making it fresh. So see here, we do have 6 analog pins, and the bit size is 10 bit. So how many samples we can get from 10 bit size of address, 10 bit addressing size? So it is 5 volts. I'm just making a 5 volts rail and a ground rail. Yes. So we do have 6 analog pins here. So that we can connect 6 analog inputs to this, whether it may be a flow rate sensor or any potentiometer or any temperature sensor. We can connect any analog sensors to this 6 terminals. We do have 6 analog input pins here. So the bit size for the 6 terminals is 10 bit. So it can generate up to 1024 samples of analog inputs. Am I clear? So each analog input may generate around 1024 values in between 0 to 5 volts. 0 to 5 volts. Am I clear with that? So the bit addressing size is 10 bit, so that it can generate up to 1024 samples for each and every analog pin. But in digital format, we do have analog output pins, like PWM pins are there, like 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11. So the bit addressing size is 8 bit. So it can generate around 0 to 255, total 256 samples. Am I clear with that addressing size? So input terminals, input pins have 10-bit, and yes, so we do have 6 analog pins. For output, it may generate 256 samples. Like if you are generating any analog input from 0 to 5 volts, it can generate 256 samples. For reading input from 0 to 5 volts, the analog pins will generate 1024 samples. Because input is 10-bit and output, analog output is 8-bit. Am I clear? Yes. Repeat. Okay. See here, we do have 6 analog pins, right? So let us read first. So let us connect an analog sensor. Let us check the values, whether what is it generating. I'm just connecting a potentiometer. If I'm changing this probe, means it will generate some output values, right? Am I clear with that? So I'm changing this probe, means here a Viper terminal is there, right? So it is generating some values. Let us check whether the values are bounded with how many samples. Let us see that. So see here, we do have 3 terminals here, right? So the first terminal and the last terminal, which are the power supply pins. So make it 250 volts. It's okay. So I'm just connecting this first terminal to ground. Which is in red color, ground is in black color, right? So on the last terminal, I'm connecting it to red. So I'm giving 5 volts supply to this. Is that clear? I'm just giving this this potentiometer 5 volts supply based on the angle of this probe. The Viper generates some voltages, right? So it's a variable resistor. So I'm connecting this to analog A0. So here I'm feeding this potentiometer 5 volt supply. Based on the probe value, the voltage will be differentiated. So let us check whether the voltages, how much is generating for 0 volts and how much is generating for 5 volts. I'll show you the output values here with a multimeter. Let us connect this multimeter, and the positive terminal I'm connecting it to this probe. And okay, and negative terminal I'm just connecting it to ground. For visualization purpose, I'm showing you this. I'm connecting this multimeter. There is no need for you to connect this. So the ground terminal is black, and the positive supply is red. And the output terminal from this Viper, I'm connecting. I'm reading the values from A0. Am I clear with this? Let us make in another no, potential. Multimeter. I'm connecting. So just make this to this. So I'll just show you how much voltage it is generating. It is black, and here you have it is red color. Yes. So I'm just showing the total voltage we are giving this. We are feeding this to potentiometer in this multimeter, and also I'm just showing the output from this multimeter in this output from this potentiometer in this multimeter. Am I clear with that? Am I clear? I didn't write any program. I want to show you the values only. Let us simulate this. So here the voltage we are feeding to this potentiometer is 5 volts. Clear? So the maximum voltage that we are feeding to this potentiometer is 5 volts. I am rotating this probe. See here the voltage is increasing, right? The maximum voltage is 5 volts, and the minimum voltage is 0 volts. Am I clear? So we are generating some analog voltages here. By rotating this probe means we are generating some variable voltages. So we need to read the voltage values. What is the signal that we are generating from Viper from Arduino? So we need to show the values. I just read the values from this Viper, and I'll display to it in no, in serial mode. Is that okay? Is that clear? Yes, fine. So let us read values from this potentiometer and post these values in serial monitor. Let us write a program for that. So I don't want everything here, and I'm just deleting. So initially I'm reading data from analog pin which is connected to A0. That's why I'm defining it as it is a potentiometer. That's why I'm defining it to port, and I connected this potentiometer to A0. And I want to define a variable for storing all these potentiometer values. So I'm defining int POT value. So I'm defining a variable called POT value and void setup remote POT is an input device. That's why I'm defining it as input. And again, we are having a serial monitor. I want to display all the values which I'm getting from this potentiometer. I just want to show that values in a serial monitor. That's why I'm defining. I'm just initializing the serial monitor. So that's why I'm initializing it with a default baud rate of 9600. So someone asked me about to show the GSM module interfacing with Arduino and accelerometer. I don't know why after this. So we don't have GSM modules and accelerometer sensors, virtual models in this. I'll show you. I'll explain you the connections. So the accelerometer sensor, we do have different accelerometer sensor like see this XYZ module like ADX 223, which gives us analog values of XYZ, and also there is a module called I'm just forgot the number, and it is connecting to the Arduino by some protocols like by using SPI protocols. I'll just show you how to connect that. I'll explain how to connect this GSM and these accelerometer sensors, but we don't have any virtual models. If you have kits with you, it's okay to connect that. Am I clear? We are facing some issues with this virtual models. Okay. So I'm just reading the values from potentiometer, and I just want to print those values in serial monitor. That's why void loop. See one thing, if you are interfacing GSM module means you can, I'll show you how to interface this Bluetooth module. The same connections will be reflected with GSM module. So the GSM module is also having RX and TX pins, which is working on UART communication, and also this Bluetooth module is also having RX and TX pins. So it will be interfaced to Arduino by using these RX and TX pins. So I'll show you how to interface this Bluetooth module to our Arduino, so that you can connect this GSM module. But the program will be maybe different because this GSM module is working on attention commands, and also GPS module also is working on attention commands. But Bluetooth module, we don't have any such kind of commands, command line interface. So it is simply serial instructions will be enough for that working with the Bluetooth module. So I'll show you the connections. Am I clear? Is my voice audible? Yes. So I'll continue this. I'm just reading these values from potentiometer, and I'm storing these values in POT value is equals to, for reading any analog data, we need to use this analog read. I'm reading these values from POT, which is connected to analog ANOT, and I just want to display all these values in serial monitor. That's why serial.println POT value. Am I clear with this program? So I'm just defining potentiometer which is connected to analog ANOT, and I just want these values. I just want to store these values in a variable called pivot value, and I'm defining void setup. In void setup, I'm defining pivot as input, and I'm just reading the values from pivot, and I'm just printing these values to a serial monitor. Just copy this and paste over this code. Just run this. So see here, our potentiometer value is at 2.5 volts. Our potentiometer is generating 2.5 volts. Means it is generating a value of in Arduino programming, it is generating its value is 251. So I'm reducing the value, I'm reducing the voltage value. So it is 0 volts, and the voltage, the analog value which is reading is 0. So I'm increasing to maximum voltage. So the value here is 1023. Is that clear now? So 1023 is the peak value which will generate, which will read up to 5 volts. And if I'm reducing the value means, so the voltage is 0 means it is generating, making a value of 0. So the samples here is in between 0 and 1024, 0 and 1023. So total 1024 values. I'm making it center, I'm making it to 2.6. Here it is generating 532. The value is 532. Am I clear? So the addressing sample, the sampling mode, sampling address size is 10 bit. With 6 pin, the value should be 64. How it is making 64? Is there any calculation? Here addressing size is 8 bit, sorry 10 bit for analog read operation. So each bit can read up to 1024 samples, each pin. 246. So you are saying that 246 means you can connect 64 devices with these analog pins, 6 analog pins, by using some multiplexer and demultiplexer operations. By using no demultiplexer operation, we can connect 64 devices. Pin mode port input serial dot begin 9600 wide loop. So you need to initialize wide loop. So see here, you again define these port values. I'm just copying the code. I'll show you. This is the actual value, actual code. You can run this. It won't generate any errors. Yeah, you use this void loop twice. Is that clear with this analog read input, read pins? Is it okay? Or any queries left? Serial begin, yeah, there is an error with serial begin that should be in capital letters. C in serial, S is capital. Yes. So What about others? Are you done? If you are stuck at anywhere, please do respond. Done. Is it clear with this analog input pins for reading data from analog inputs? Done. Okay. If you have any queries, you can ask me about these analog inputs, analog pins. So 2 port 10, here it is generating 2 port 10 means it is able to read up to 1024 values. But if you are connecting any devices, any other devices in the format of multiplexing, you can connect up to 64 devices by using this analog A1 to A5 pins. Total 6 pins we do have. So am I clear with all the things to connect with analog inputs? It's fine. So let us work on this analog output also. So we do have 6 analog output pins, 6 PWM pins, right? What are those 6 PWM pins? Yep. Please do respond. What are the 6 PWM pins that we have in analog, Arduino board? So 1, 3, 1, 6, 4, 7. No. So the analog pins, analog out pins or PWM pins, we have 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11. All the pins which are containing this negation symbol are the PWM pins. So we are having this negation symbol for 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11. So total 6 analog output pins are 6 digital PWM pins. Am I clear? Yes, we'll program these 6 analog pins. Let us connect this to an LED. I'm just connecting this LED. I'll just fade in and fade out this resistor. So for better fading experience, I'm making it to 2220 ohms. So I'm just connecting this LED to any PWM pin. I'm just connected this to which is in red color. And we do have a common ground, right? Black. I just connected this LED. So let us change color. Let us make it out. No. Let us make it blue. So I'm just connected this blue LED to the. I'm connected this to a PWM pin, which is sixth pin. I'll just program this. I'll show you the values also. Let us interface in another multimeter here, because some people are getting issues with this. So I'm just connecting the positive terminal to this LED input, right? And I'm making ground. I just want to display the values that I'm getting from this LED, from this digital 6 pin also. So let us connect this digital pin for better understanding. I just want to show you the values which digital 6 is giving us. So it is in red color. So I just connected this 6 to for this LED, and also I connected a multimeter to this digital 6. If I didn't programmed this. I'm not having any program for this digital 6. Let us see what is the voltage it is generating. It is generating 0 volts. Someone may ask, sir, yesterday you said that these pins are not generating any 0 voltage or any 5 volts if you are not making it a pull up or pull down. As it is not generating any voltage here, either 0 volts also, but we are not feeding any voltage to this multimeter means it will show you 0 volts. It won't show you the none values. Am I clear? I just connected this multimeter to the 6th pin. So I'm not making it any pull up or any pull down, but it is showing me the 0 volts because initially internally it is showing you 0 volts because if you're not connected to any supply, let me show you. I just left this terminals free and I'm start simulation. It is again showing you the 0 volts. Okay, fine. So let us program. Yeah, I expected this question. Early morning you say that digital pins give 5 volts. If you turn them on, if you are feeding logic high to the digital pins, it will generate 5 volts. I'm not written any code for this digital 6. I expected this question from you. Early morning. Yeah, fine. Okay, if I'm writing any code, like if I'm giving this voltage, if this I'm turning on this pin mean, it will generate. I'll show you that also. Like I'm just connecting negative to negative and positive to D7, which is in red color. Let me make that. I'll just simulate this. It is generating 0 volts, right? So let us turn on that. So int. We need to define int again. Pin mode 7, comma output. I'm just turning on that pin. Okay, so crystal, right, 7, comma 1. Yes. So see here, it is generating 5 volts. I just turned on this pin only, 7th pin. Is that clear? Yes, fine. So let us program this LED with analog, right? So LED which is connected to digital 6 is a PWM pin. So and also void setup pin mode. LED is that input device or an output device? What should I define it? Whether for input or for output? Yes, for output. So I want to display all the values in serial monitor. That's why I need to initialize the serial monitor as serial.begin with the default baud rate, which is 9600, and then void loop for writing any analog data for that pin which I connected LED to 6th pin. I named it as an output, right? So for writing any data to that, so we need to use this analog write keyword. Analog write. So it takes two arguments. First one is the pin number, and second thing is the value. If I'm giving 0 means it will turns off that LED. If I'm giving 255 means it will generate full output, like 255 voltage. 255 means 5 voltage, 5 volts. Let us show you. Let me show you that delay of 1 second and analog. Right, I am writing the value between 0 and 24. So 0 and 255, I'm making it to what is the center value between 0 and 255? What is the middle value? So in between 0 and 255, what is the middle value? Is my voice audible? Yes. So we'll give 257, 127, sorry. So 127. I'll show you the values in this multimeter also. Don't worry about that. So I'm making it to another set on delay, and also analog, right? And now I'll turning off this. So LED, comma 0. So analog write taking two arguments. First one is the pin number and its corresponding value. So for generating 0 volts, you may give this 0. For generating 5 volts, you may give this 256, 255. For generating any middle value, you may use this 127 or whatever it may be. So I'm just showing you and delay of 1000. So let us copy this. Let's see here. This is the main supply, 5 volts, and this is the potentiometer output. Is it potentiometer output? No, this is the potentiometer output, and I don't want this. And I want to display LED output also, LED values also, so that I connected this one. No, not this one. Yeah, we just connected this one, so I'll delete this one also. So this is the main supply voltage, and this is the voltage that we are getting at the LED, in the place of LED. So let us program it. Pasting over here. So my first value is 255, and my second value is 127, and my third value is 0. Let us simulate this. So the first value is generating 4.4 volts, 0. Yes. So there will be a question that I'm in program, I'm giving 255 voltage, but it is generating only 4.44 volts. Why it is all happening? Why? Because I connected LED here. It is drawing some voltage. So for 255 value it is generated 4.4 volts. We didn't write any code in serial monitor. I didn't write anything for serial monitor here. I just only printed these values. So let us print the values. Like for 255, I'm printing serial dot println. So for 127, we'll just print serial dot println 127. And also for 0, serial dot println 0. So for 255, it is generating 4.4 volts, 44. For 250, 127, it is generating around 2.2, and 0, it is generating 0 volts. Am I clear? Fine. So see here, the brightness will be varying. I don't know how many of you observed this. So for full brightness, medium, and low. You may run this for loop also for this. You can increase this LED fading from step by step from 0 to 255 by using a for loop also. Will you do that? By using for loop, I just want this LED brightness to be increased with 5 intervals. Like it will start from 0, and the further step it will increment to 5 steps, and then 10, and then 15, 20, 25, 30, up to 255. So the brightness will be incremented with 5 intervals. Will you do that? Any one of you? Any one of you? Am I clear with the question? By using for loop, yeah, delay 1000 means 1 second, 2000 means 2 seconds. So there is a library for delay. They define it is predefined library. If you are defining a library, you may use this for loops, 2 for loops for creating delay of 1 second. The loop should run for 16. I think the clock frequency is 16 here. 16 into 10 power 6 times for making 1 second delay. Sorry, it's not 16. 1 by 16 into 10 power minus 6 times. 10 power 6 times. Am I clear? If you have any queries, you can ask me. So, and I want you to do a create a for loop for increasing the brightness of this LED from 0 to 255 with an interval of 5 sample size. Am I clear? My LED is not glowing. So I think you connected to, please check the connection, sir. So if you connected it to any digital pin, which is not a PWM pin, it won't work. It shows your program is correct, but the output, it is not generating this fading effect. It will not generate. So please check your connections and the program also. I'll show you the program. What about others? How many of you completed this? So see, sir, you connected this to A0. So A0, these analog pins for A0 to A5 are only for reading analog data. They won't generate any data, analog data output. For analog data output, we do have these 6 pins, right? Like we do have these PW pins 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11. So for writing any analog output, you may use these pins. You may use any pin of this, like you can use 3 or 5 or 6, 9, 10, or 11. So A0 to A5 are only for reading analog data. They are not useful for writing analog data. Am I clear? Sir, here I connected this A0 to this potentiometer. Let me delete this. See, sir, I just connected my LED to this A6. Oh, sorry, 6 pin, digital 6. Before I connected this potentiometer to analog A0, and I didn't connect this LED to A0. I connected this LED to digital 6. Is the connections are clear, sir? Yes. So someone created this for loop for int I equals to 0, I less than 255, 254. So you can run this to 255 or 256 also. And I equals to I plus 5. Is it correct? But we in for loop we need to print the I value in this analog write operations. Let me show you that. So just want so for you need to define initially I value. So defining int I for so I is an integer value for I equals to 0 and then I less than 255 and then I equals to I plus 5. You may use this I plus equals to 5 also. In this for loop I just want to display, I just want to write the data analog write LED comma I value. So let us print this I value also, serial dot print ln I. So in serial S should be capital. So let us copy this, Control C. So let us run this. I don't know whether it is creating any error. So let us give some delay here for visualization, delay of 1 second. 1 second. So let us simulate this. So it is starting from 5 and incrementing 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You may see this brightness of LED also. It is increasing. 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, up to 250. When it is getting 255 means it is escaping from the loop. The control is escaping from the loop. You may observe the change in voltage also. The voltage is increasing. Let me stop this. Yes. See here, the voltage gradually increasing based on the value that we are generating. Yes. The LED started operating from 1 volt. So why is it is going on increasing? We are increasing the value, ma'am. We are seeing this program. We are incrementing this I value, means the voltage is incrementing here. So the range is from 0 is 0 volts, and 255 is the maximum voltage, maximum value. That's why the voltage is increasing drastically. We are generating analog output here. You may decrement values from 255 also. You can write a program for decrementing these values. This is for fading, and you can write a program for fade out also. Am I clear? With analog input and analog output for reading values from analog in and writing outputs from analog out. Yes, fine. So you want me to show you the code? Okay. This is the code. Are we clear with the code and output? If you stuck it anywhere, you can ask me. You can ask us.
This conference will now be recorded.
So I think it's clear now. Is my voice is clear now? Is it audible? That's fine. So I'll show you how to connect this light dependent resistance. I already shown you how to connect this light dependent resistance to this Arduino. I just want you to do a task like you want to read the data from this analog input, analog sensor, LDR sensor, and I want you to control an LED based on the values that we are getting from this LDR sensor. Am I clear with that? Not audible. Is my voice is now audible?
Yeah, it's audible, sir.
Fine. Okay. So I want you to do a task on this LDR. So I just want you to connect this LDR to any analog input and to read the values. And also based on the values, you need to control this LED, whether to turn it on or turn it off. So just do the task and I'll go for next topics. So is that clear up to now for reading analog values, for writing analog values? If you have any queries, you can ask me. Regarding task also, if you have any queries regarding task, you can ask me. If you are clear with all these analog inputs and analog outputs, you can reply in the chat box so that I can proceed for further. Repeat the task. So you need to connect this LDR. Please type the question. Okay. Yes. See the question, connect an LDR, connect LDR to any analog input to the Arduino and control an LED based on these LDR values. Am I clear with that question? So you need to print these analog values to serial monitor and you can control this LED based on the LDR values. Already we did this in Scratch programming. So I just want you to do this one by yourself, and let us proceed for next task, next thing. So until now we just used this, we just programmed this serial monitor. Let me connect my board. I just connected my board to my PC. So see here, we just using this, this serial monitor for command line interface only. So there is a command line interface also here. There is a cursor blinking here. You can send instructions to Arduino so that you can control any devices like any actuators. You can control. You can turn on these LEDs. You can turn on AC appliances also by using the instructions. Coming to the IoT section, if you are controlling any devices means there is no physical interaction with the device to turn it on or turn it off. We need to pass some we need to pass some commands, some message. We need to pass some message to that device so that it act accordingly to that message. You may generate that message, or you can send that message, or there is an IoT IT programs are running in the cloud. They may send the information, like they may send these messages. So we can control these LEDs, or you can control these motors based on the instructions. So I'm passing an instruction call to turn on this LED. So the LED will be turned on. So we can control these LEDs based on these instructions, based on these commands in this next task, next coming program. Am I clear with that? Am I clear with the topic? So until now we just control this LED based on the sensor values, or we are pressing that button, or any motion detected. Now I just want to control this based on these instructions. Is my voice audible now? So let us control these LEDs based on this command line interface that we have, this command line interface, right? So I'm just passing some instructions to my board. Based on this, based on that instructions, our board will behave. It may turn on these LEDs, it may turn off these LEDs, and all. Am I clear with the concept? So these instructions may be passed through this IoT application. We do have when some instances are running in cloud, right? So these instances may generate these instructions, or you can alone you can generate these instructions and you can transfer those instructions to our Arduino. Am I clear with the concept? We are using here a serial communication for controlling these devices. Am I clear with the concept? If you wants me to repeat it again. We are passing some instructions to the serial monitor, and based on the serial instructions, yeah, one-to-one communication. You can make this one-to-many communication also, single master and multiple slave, by using some protocols. But UART, in UART communication, there is only single master and single slave only. So it's nothing but one-to-one communication. Fine. Yes. Okay, fine. Let's proceed for further. So I'm clearing all these things. I'm just deleting all the stuff here. We do only have an LED which is connected to digital 6. Am I clear up to this? Am I clear with the connections? I do only have a single LED which is connected to digital 6. I just want to turn on this LED based on the instructions, and I want to turn off this LED based on that instructions, and I'm passing this instruction to the serial monitor. So let us proceed for that. Let me write a code for this. So initially my LED is connected to digital 6. So we may send instructions in the format of string or any integer format or any character format. So for storing those instructions, I just want to define a string, a variable here. So let us make it more generic. I'm just defining, I'm just passing these commands in the form of strings. That's why I'm taking a data type of string, and I'm defining a variable called str for reading all the strings and storing all the strings that I am getting from this serial monitor. I just defined a string variable here. You can use this character also. For character, you need to send a letter only, like for turning on O, for turning off, you may use this F. I just want to send some instructions in the format of strings, like turn on that LED or on or off. So that's why I'm using string. If you want me to explain by using character set, you can. I'll proceed for characters also. I just want to make it more generic. That's why I'm using string. If I'm shall I go for string, or else I can do with the characters only? String, fine. So you may use a character also by changing the string to char. Simple. But by using characters, you need to give only one character. If you are giving string, the first character will be compared. Fine. So I'm just defined the LED which is connected to 6, and also the string variable with the data type of string. And let's proceed. We need to define all the stuff that we are using. That is in void setup. So pin mode LED gamma, is that input or output? LED is an output device. And if you are using the serial monitor for input or for for command line interface or comment line interface, you need to initialize it. So for initializing, we do have a keyword called serial.begin with a baud rate of 9600. Am I clear up until this? Void loop. Am I clear up to this? Yes. What about others? You can find this keyword chart in Arduino.cc. Arduino.cc official website. You can find all the documentation regarding these keywords. Fine. Yes. So I just initialized the serial monitor. So if user sending you the instructions, if user sending the instructions for this this Arduino, they'll be converted to ASCII values. So if I'm sending a capital A or small a, corresponding ASCII value will be generated and it will be transferred through the our communication line. Am I clear? So every message that you are transmitting through any wireless communication, it will be converted to ASCII values. Like if I'm sending O means, corresponding ASCII value will be generated and it will be transferred to this line. Give me a second. I tried many times but not able to get the connected. You watching? There is some settings are there in your please click on your audio option in your side, I think option. Then you can get two options like for microphone and also for these speakers. So check your speaker by clicking on that speaker symbol at your GoToMeeting application, so that it will may result. So give me a 5 minutes. I'll got an important work. I'll be resuming the session within 5 minutes. Fine, thanks for okay, thanks for the waiting. Let's resume the session. Uh, is my voice is now audible? Please do respond. Yes, fine. Yeah. If you're having any query, you can ask me. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Yeah. So let us resume the session. So we are at receiving data. So if you are transmitting any data, it will be if you are transmitting any strings or no, if you are transmitting any characters, it will be connected to ASCII values. So if I'm sending any instruction through the serial monitor, our Arduino should receive that string. So the values are in ASCII values, right? So if I'm sending any value means
corresponding ASCII value generated, and it should be greater than 0. If it is less than 0 means I'm not sending any information to that Arduino. If the value is available to read is greater than 0 means there is some value which is available to read. So let us check that condition first. Before reading any value, I just want to check whether the data is available to read or not. So if there is availability of data means there is an ASCII value which is generated and it is greater than 0. If there is no data which is available, the ASCII value, there is no ASCII value generated which is less than 0. So for first condition, whether the data is available or not, I'm using this if condition. If the data is available, I'll proceed for further. If there is no data available, I'll just skip off this loop. If serial dot available, this is the function for reading. So for reading any availability of data. So if there is any availability of data, the function value is greater than 0. Am I clear with this? Am I clear with this? With the serial dot available function? Is my voice audible? Please do respond. Is that clear with you? Is everything clear up to now? Yes. If there is any availability of data, so it will generate some ASCII value which is greater than 0. So there is data available. So I need to read that data and I am storing that value in a variable called str. So str equals to, I'm assigning data from serial monitor to that string. That's why. So for reading data, serial dot read. For reading any integer values or character values, you can you use this serial dot read. Here I'm reading some string values here. That's why I'm using this serial dot read string. It's also a function. I'm reading the ASCII values. I'm converting it to string. And for reading string values, we need to use this serial dot read string from serial monitor. I'm just reading the values from serial monitor command line interface. I'm just reading the value and I'm assigning that value to a variable called str. Now we need to compare this str. If I'm getting string which is equals to, here I need to compare with string. That's why if I'm getting on means I just want to print this string also. So serial dot println, I just want to print this string str. You need to define it after reading. Control X. I'm just reading the value. I just want to print that string value also. If I'm getting the string which is on, I just want to turn on this LED digital write LED comma 1. So the function here is, the loop here is condition statement if. And again, if the string is off, I just want to turn off this LED. Am I clear with this? So initially I'm reading the serial data, which is if it is available, it will go for another execution. That is, I'm reading the value and I'm storing the value in string variable. I just want to print the string value which I'm receiving from the serial monitor. And if the string value is on, I'm turning on this LED. If that string value is off, I'm turning off this LED. Am I clear with this? Please do respond. Am I clear up to now? If you're stuck at anywhere, please do respond. If I'm clear, it's fine. So just copy this entire code. See here, your replies are the fuel for me to proceed for further. If you are not responding means think there is some problem. So just simulate this. Just clearing. So the LED is an off condition. Just I'm making it on. The string received is on and LED is turned on. If I'm making it off, so I only give the instruction OF off, but for turning off, I defined the string which is OFF off. So let us give that OFF off. So the LED will be turned off. So you can write the status of LED also by printing serial.println LED off. Also we may turn on this also, LED on. Then simulate this. So initially we didn't enter any instruction. I'm just turning on. So it will be displaying me that the LED is turned on. If I'm giving turning off, LED will be turned off. Am I clear? Are we clear up to this? For controlling this devices or LEDs based on the instructions, based on command line instructions of serial monitor. Am I clear with this? Am I clear up to this? Anyone done? Anyone did this? If you want me to show you the code, I'll show you. This is the code for that. What happened? Why I'm not getting any responses? Is my voice audible? Yeah, is my voice audible? Please do respond. Yes, yes. This is the way you can control devices by using the instructions from serial monitor. So initially we need to read the data and we need to compare the data what we are getting. So these instructions may be passed through a cloud or any voice commands or any virtual commands also. You can pass these instructions from any from wireless communication also by using wireless protocols also, wireless devices. Am I clear with this? If you are stuck at anywhere, please do respond. I'll try to resolve your issues. If you have any queries, you can ask me also. Yes. So user is going to send these instructions from any other platforms, like from any other cloud or by using any voice commands. So the instructions will be read by the serial monitor, and it will start comparing the strings. If there is any operation defined for particular string, it will do the operations. Not only this turning on these LEDs or turning off these LEDs, you can run motors, or you can rotate these angular rotations also by using these instructions and all. Am I clear? With these commands you can control anything, but these instructions may be passed through any other platforms, like by by using any cloud platforms, by using any mobile application. So in Monday session or Monday or Tuesday session, we will develop a mobile application for controlling these devices based on these commands. Probably Tuesday we will do that. We'll create a mobile application for controlling all these devices. Am I clear? See here, we are controlling LED means we can control any AC appliances, any appliances which is working on alternating current of 220 volts. You can control that by using these relays. So there is no limitation that we are getting only 5 volts. So how can we how can we control these appliances which are working on 220 volts? So you can control any devices simply by using relays and other circuits. You can control them. So there is there are no such kind of issues for controlling these devices. Am I clear with that? Please do respond. Yes. Okay, let's proceed for further things. If you are done of controlling these LEDs by using some instruction set, please respond. I'll proceed for next things. The time is 10:47. Are we clear up to this? Okay. If you have any queries, you can ask me regarding the serial communication and all. Many people are here which are not responding. Only few people, I'm getting the responses from few people only. I don't know whether they are working or they're stuck at somewhere, or they're facing any issues. If you are facing any issues, please do respond so that I'll try to resolve. If everything is fine, also you can respond. Yes. So I'll give you a couple of tasks. Yes. So I'll give you a couple of tasks regarding the serial communications. So until we just controlled in a single LED by using this on and off commands. So I just want you to do control 4 LEDs or 3 LEDs. Based on 3 LEDs means for turning on and turning off, there will be 2 instructions, right? So for 3 LEDs, I want you to define 6 instructions for turning on and turning off these 3 LEDs. Am I clear with the task? So for turning on this LED 1, we have to define 3 LEDs, right? LED 1, LED 2, LED 3. So for LED 1, I just want to turn on the, I just want this instruction to be turn on LED 1 for turning on, turn off LED 1 for turning off. For LED 2, turn on LED 1 for LED 2 for turning on this second LED, and turn off LED 2 for turning off this second LED. And likewise for third LED also. Am I clear with the instructions? Am I clear with the task? Yes, fine. And the second task is you need to control these devices, like you need to control these AC appliances. For that, define 4 devices like fan, AC, light, or refrigerator, 4 devices in the form of these pins, like AC for second digital 2, fridge for digital 3, and lamp for digital 4, and fan for digital 5. And you need to write some instructions like turning on this fan for turn on fan, turning off this fan for turn off fan, and turning on AC, turn on AC, turning off AC, turn off AC, and all. So likewise, please define instructions for 4 devices so that we can create an app for controlling all these devices. By using mobile applications, you can control that things. I'll show you. I'll explain how to create an application. Am I clear with the task? 2 tasks. And the third task I already defined. I already explained you that based on these LDR values, I just want you to control this LED for turning it on, for turning it off. Am I clear with the 3 tasks? So tomorrow is Sunday. We don't have any session tomorrow. We'll have session from Monday onwards. So these are the three tasks that I want you to do for controlling these 3 LEDs and for controlling these 4 devices, 4 AC appliances. Am I clear? Am I clear with the tasks? Can I expect responses for this? Am I clear with the tasks? Or you want me to repeat again? Yes. Maybe repeat. So what about others? What is the problem? Unable to ask means. Is there any issue with the network? So I'll question all the tasks in WhatsApp group. If you want me to explain the questions, I will explain. Share that in WhatsApp. I don't know what is happening. I'm not getting any responses. Okay. So I'll post these questions in WhatsApp group. So please complete this so that we can complete all these sessions and we'll enter into the IoT sessions. So there is a lot to do with IoT. I'll show you how to control these devices using cloud and using instructions and by using mobile applications. I'll show you how to post these values to cloud and how to retrieve these values from cloud and all this stuff. Without this primary basics, we can't proceed for cloud applications. That's why I'm stressing more on this. If you have any queries, if you are stuck at anywhere, please do ask. I'll try to resolve them. So my main theme is to introduce more and more clouds and more applications to you by using this IoT. And meanwhile, I'll just introduce more sensors to you also. I just want you to respond quickly. I want your responses. That's all I want. If you are understanding all the content, it's okay. If you are stuck at anywhere, please do respond. Then only I can know whether you are facing issues or not. Being silent in this session doesn't yield for us, I think. Fine. The time is 10:55. Let us quickly conclude this session. We started with defining using this analog read operations and analog write operations, and later on we are proceeding on defining controlling devices by using some instructions in command line interface in serial monitor. If you have any queries, you can any questions, you can ask me, or else I'll end this meeting. If you don't have questions, I'll end this session. We are sharing these recorded sessions. Already we shared this recorded sessions drive link in group. Questions from me. Okay, fine. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for the replies. Takes more time to program. Okay, I'll understand. I'm getting this. Let's do one thing. If I'm explaining this code, I'll just post this program in chat box. That's better, I think. I'll post this assignment. Don't worry for that. Feedback for certificate. I don't know what is this feedback for certificate. And now I'm closing this meeting. Thanks for your replies and have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. We'll have the session from Monday onwards again. We will let you know the timings of Monday session in WhatsApp group. So I'll post the questions in WhatsApp group also. Please do follow the questions. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.